Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you're a regular viewer, you know the crack. Right, first things first, protocol. Have to start with the brew. Right. In this video, what we're going to start doing is I want to make a headboard for my bed, but I don't want it just to be a normal headboard. I want it to have a few little secrets, just like me, just a couple. Yeah, we're making a headboard. How? No idea yet. What we're going to make it with? Reclaimed timber, like I normally do. The little secrets. These are little secrets that I've picked up off watching years of YouTube. So I can't say they're my ideas, but they're my implementations. We'll put it that way, shall we? Yeah, put it that way. So, finish my brew. We'll get on with it now. What I've managed to do off camera is get myself some old floorboards that I was again gifted. Run them through my table saw to get rid of the old tongue and groove that was mostly split anyway, and to give them the dimensions, the same dimensions on each board. What I've also done is taken a sheet, an 8x4 sheet of 11mm OSB board, and cut it down to 6 foot length by 2 foot high or width. What that does, that gives me of a single bed the 3 feet plus 1.5 foot each side for the drawers, which we'll come on to. So what I'm going to do now, again, all these were de-nailed, de-screwed, ran through the table saw. Now I'm going to run them through the planer thicknesser, so they're all the same dimensions. At the minute we're looking at, I'll give me tape measure, 4 inch by 3/4 inch, or metric is 10 millimeters or 10 centimeters, sorry, by 2 centimeters. That's if you want to go and buy new timber, of course. But again, I'm cheap and I prefer to use reclaimed. So I'll run these all through the planer and we'll get back to you. Now that all my boards are cleaned up on both sides, now what we can do is I want to run them through the router and put a small chamfer on each of the edges, so that when it joins together on the headboard we get a shadow line down each board. Now that we have our chamfers done on each of the sides, we can start thinking about what kind of design we want to lay these boards down onto the MDF or the OSB, sorry. Now, do we just want them straight, across like so, or do we chevron them? Do we take them and put them in a chevron pattern, like so. I think a chevron pattern may be the way to go. So for that, what I need to do is cut them down to length at 45-degree angles. By marking the centre of our headboard, if I can find my tip, there it is. Now we know this is 6 foot, so obviously the middle is going to be 3 feet. And take a pencil and just mark the centre. Now if we take again from the bottom line, mark the centre, take a straight edge, describe a line, that gives us our centre line. Now working from the centre line, we can work out where our boards are going to go. So the first board will line up at the 45s. Like so. And the second board line up on the 45s, like so, and that gives us our centre point to start working out and into. Now the next board is this 45 straight cut, so if we line that up to the edge, and mark this end, given our orientation, we can go back over onto the chop saw, ensuring that our chop saw is at the 45 degrees and in the correct orientation. And we can cut that. Now what I want to do is leave these slightly proud, because we can trim them at the end to make sure that it's perfectly square. And basically it's rinse and repeat from there till the board's covered. When you reach the end of the board, square at the top, you will see the overhang. So we'll just mark that down that way. Keeping the board, or keeping the saw at the 45 but rotating the board, we now get our edge piece, and as before all we do Just carry on. Filling in the blanks. Now we can start gluing down our boards. Making sure to get a good coverage of glue. Starting again with the centre ones. Onto our centre line. Quick rub. And there's one in. And there we have our first two pieces in place. And again, it's a case of rinse and repeat until the whole board's filled in. Now, this is where the back of the headboard, the other sheet, comes in handy. I'll just clear up any of the blue spots that were on there, because we don't want the back sticking to the front. Not yet, anyway. So, now we get the back piece, place it over the front piece and all we need to do now is start adding weight. Anything to help weigh it down. Time to see if it's stuck. All good. Right. I think we should start making the the drawers. We'll lift that out. And we'll make a start on the drawers. Now, find some timber. We're going to make the drawers out of some old floor joists. First of all, I need to get these all cleaned up, and we're back. Now that we have our joists cleaned up a bit, we're going to start measuring out for the chunky drawers. So, I think what we'll do is we'll go 16 inches for the width of the drawer front. We'll go and cut that on the chop saw. Drawer front. Now we're going to go 9 inches in depth, so 9, 18. And we'll cut them. And with the second piece at 16 inches, we have two sides. Two sides. I'll draw face and part of our top. Now we're going to cut another piece to bring the top out to the edge of the drawer, but we'll come on to that. Now, with our side pieces, this is where we get a little bit sneaky weaky type thing. So what I want is the depth of a board. I'll mark that across like so. And once again, depth of a board, just like so, and like so. Now we'll clean that up with the chisel and do that to both sides. Now that we have our matching sides to the drawers, yeah, we can start making it up so it looks on how we're going to make it. So that's going to be our top. That's going to be the drawer face. Like so. And that will be our drawer. So we'll start cleaning these up. This is how far I got yesterday. I've the drawer frames and faces made up. Obviously the back panel's done. I've measured out the centre piece so we'll make sure that the bed can go in. And yes, it's a lot of faff and a lot of work, and to tell you the truth, I'm struggling a bit today. Didn't sleep the best, but we'll get going as soon as I get my cup of tea in me. Should feel a bit better. Good morning. As per Headspace protocols, starting with the brew. We need to look at what we want to achieve today. Now, we have the main headboard itself made. We have the parts for the outer drawers made, I think what we need to do today is make the drawers themselves. And once we work out that, we can start on some of the bigger stuff. Now I'm struggling today. Didn't sleep the best last night. Our computer whirly. So I'm feeling a bit deflated. And I find with big jobs, whether I've got ADHD or something similar to that, I don't know. But you get to a point where you think, can I really be bothered? Is it worth the end? Well, sometimes you've just got to push through. Simple as that. Have to motivate yourself to do something, but that's how mental health works. It's, what's the best way to describe it? Decapacitating. A lot of people on the outside don't see the down days. They don't see the days where you can't be bothered. You just feel drained. You're so down that you don't really want to get back up. But this is where having a project helps, I think. This is where, you know, if you don't actually get up and do something, even if it's just a little bit, it's never going to get any further. It's going to go to the back of the shed, bonfire, wherever. So I think, pull myself together, like people turn around and tell you to do, which is easier said than done, and we'll get doing something, even if it is just making a box, 2 boxes to go in either side of the drawers. So I'll finish my brew and we'll get started. Measuring out the drawers, I just found this bit of ply out the back. It's scabby, but it will do for drawers. We want to make the drawers themselves 1 foot wide by 6 inches high by 8 inches deep. So if I get 1, 2, yeah, this board's 2 foot by 2 foot 2, or in millenniums post 1970, it is 31.5 centimeters. It's actually 62 centimeters wide by 66 centimeters. Should be enough for our drawers. So we're going to mark out the cut on the table saw. So if we go so 1 foot wide by 6 inches deep. So if we go 1, 2, 3, that gives us our 4 pieces. go 8 inches deep. Just double check the measurements. This one doesn't have to worry about it being deep enough because it's going to be the back anyway. There we are. Look for the 2 boxes. Now for the base. Now this is where we've got to get a little bit creative. So using our cuts here, you know, that's 1 foot. What's the depth of that? That is 15 centimeters, or half-inch ply if you're American. 15, half 15, 7 and a half. So if you know that's a foot, now if we bring it in 5 centimeters, oh sorry, 5 millimeters, because we're going to put a rebate in there, so it's 11 3/4 inches. Put these to one side for the time being.